We serve an all-powerful God, but I want you to know it's impossible for God to save you if you deny Him. Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. I want you to notice what Jesus says in Matthew 10:32 and 33. Therefore, whoever confesses me before men, him I will also confess before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, him I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. Now, I want you to think about that. There are a lot of different ways we could deny Jesus. We could actually say, I don't know the man. And that's a real possibility. But I want you to think about 2 Timothy chapter 3. I want you to look at several things that are mentioned beginning at verse number 2. He's talking about some perilous times. Men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Well, what's that have to do with our particular subject right now, Bill? Listen to verse 5. Having a form of godliness. In other words, these people look religious. They look godly. They've got a form of it. But now notice what he goes on to say. But denying its power, and from such people turn away. Now, I want you to think about this, because when we think about denying God, denying the faith, we might think to ourselves, well, now that would be the guy that says, I don't believe there's a God. We might think it would be the person that would actually curse God or make fun of Jesus, but notice some of the categories that are mentioned here. Lovers of themselves, lovers of money. These are people who, they could be anyone on the pew. It could be you, it could be me. He talks about people who struggle with pride. Not just struggle with pride, but they've given themselves over to pride. People who are unthankful. People who are unloving, unforgiving. Have you ever thought about the fact that if you refuse to forgive, you're denying the power of God? As a matter of fact, over in the book of Ephesians, Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 32, there Paul makes the point that that's one of the characteristics of serving God. He says, be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you. When we refuse to do those things, or when we're characterized by those things that are mentioned in 2 Timothy 3, we're denying the power of God. Join us again tomorrow.